forward to Christmas and the holiday and what it brings for all of us, and for everyone everywhere. So it's a beautiful time of year. I don't see any newcomers this morning. Anybody on Zoom that you see over there, Laura?
I think everyone has been here before.
I think, okay, very good.
Rena's doing her hand, so I don't know if she's been here before, but she was waving her hand.
I saw it on the very
Far left. Hi, Sissy. That's my Sissy.
Yes, she's been with us before. Well, this is the year of living from one's core values. And our topics and themes for December continue to be balance, bravery, and buoyancy. Our musician for today is Mr. John LaLonde. I'd like to ask him to come up and play a little bit for us toward meditation. So we get right into that easy place to be.
Good morning.
we have the resilience to do whatever is ours to do. We know this. It's in us to be brave, to have this balance in life, and to have the buoyancy to maintain it all, especially during this Christmas time. We are good stewards, and by being good stewards, we know how to reach out to others and to love and to care and to share. This is the best season of the year, as they say, for us all to come together. I thank you, God, for this and so much more. And so it is. Thank you, John. That was wonderful to hear that. This is our third Sunday of the month, which means this is our healing service program, and we'll be getting into that very soon. I'd like to invite Reverend Joe Bull up to give us a spiritual thought. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
He teased me earlier about not getting the door open, but he did it, so it's good that you all made it in. From the talk last week, I really felt what was shared by John Randolph Price. His book is in the back, Practical Spirituality. It's in the kitchen. You're welcome to it, by the way. Even if you don't give any money back there, you can take those books. You're welcome to them. But it was a great book in that just reading his plentiful awareness about our journey with spirit meeting us right where we are. Right where we are. And whatever we're going through, I love Angie's saying, and I think of it all the time, whatever situation, whatever circumstance, what is in us is superior to anything that we're reading, superior to anything that's going on. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit more. Spirit meeting us right where we are, because there is balance there, and there is buoyancy there, and there is bravery. I think of the universal meeting the personal. I think of the invisible showing itself in the visible. We've all heard of heart to heart, mano y mano, womano y womano. Playing with words. I already know from the first time I experienced the 21-day chance that in my future is spirit-to-spirit conversations. Heart-to-heart conversations, spirit-to-spirit conversations. We are of a one, and the one gets to look in each other's eyes. Gets to talk with each other. So it's interesting that we have this one, it's whole, it's complete, it's full, it's present everywhere. And we also have the two, the yin and the yang. And interesting that it's represented by the second chakra. And then we have the third chakra, and it's represented by the triune nature. And we have the fourth chakra, and there's a cross. And I love the directions that the cross is showing. Vertical and horizontal, and these ends. But they never end. So you have this eternal reach out and this eternal reach up and down. And where is the strength in that cross? right in the center, right in the heart of us. And there's more. There's the fifth. And we know that's the word, speaking the word, and its community, and the sixth. And we know that that's the third eye or the first eye. And we acquaint ourselves with that vision that is steady and accepting. And we know that we open up at the top, the crown, like the lotus. Because we have these symbols everywhere. They show us everywhere. All these traditions that tell us these things, the Beatitudes tell us these things. They're everywhere. It kind of trips me out how often I get to witness it. Not only in doctrine, in teachings, but also in our lives, in each other. Emma Curtis Hopkins wrote in her 12 lessons, she says, "The heart affords a great light," says the Hindu Bible. "It illuminates the senses. In it resides memory, reflection. It is the imperishable one. It is the lamp and center of the body. All scripture is God. Interpret it as God and see God. All your body is God. Interpret it as God and see it as spirit unhindered. Nothing clings to spirit, nor darkens it. And all that you have of heart in your religion, so much understanding you have, according to your heart, you are a seer of God or a seer of not God. Again, we have the choice to see the illumined, to see the expressing, or not. Let many doctrines light as best they may. She's already referred to in this lesson that the light of the doctrine is like a candlelight to our feet. It is not source, but it is a pathway for us to come home to that source. So let many doctrines light as best they may, but only in me can I see it plainly. Let it be plainly visible, because my heart is single to one God, one source. The pure in heart shall see it. The understanding heart shall see it. The single eye is my heart. Namaste.
It's all right there within the heart, isn't it? It's right where we start. Outward. Beautiful, woman. Thank you. John, you have a song for us? Let's give John some love, huh?
Thank you. I'm going to play something that I played a portion of about a year ago that I thought was really pretty, but it was incomplete and it was unnamed at the time. And it is now named. I've named it Winter Dream. And part of the reason for that, and this kind of flows along with what I think is now complete song, is last winter when the snow was falling and it was just absolutely beautiful. So I have a little beautiful section in here, I think. But then the snow kept coming, kept piling up. The rain came, it was just absorbed. It doesn't knock the snow down. It got heavier and heavier. Trees started falling, limbs started cracking, and the mood changed. It was still kind of pretty, but kind of scary too. So, Winter Dream. I'm going to start over.
gosh, that was beautiful. That leads us right up to our main speaker this morning, Reverend Kim Haley.
I saw her leave.
Did you see her leave?
Yeah.
Could you,
I'll do it for her.
could you go get her?
Are you sure you're not a Gemini?
I'm not saying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Just leave. Thank you. Got a good overview here. Good morning. This joy in nothing. Sometimes you wake up with this inexplicable joy, with your gut curled up into a Cheshire smile, and your left shoulder pulls back into a wink that nobody else can see. And you look around for the source of this smug delight, but can't at a glance find its origin in any particular thing, not in the whisper of a morning that gently beckoned you awake just in time, before anyone else would even think of rising at this Mad Hatter coffee over tea hour, before the light of the sun has even risen. So you know that even beauty is not to blame, not for this. This is the best joy. This is the first joy. This is the last joy. This joy in nothing. That was written by a person whose name is very difficult to pronounce, but Nihin Wang, I believe it sounds Asian to me, but I don't know. And she wrote that in 2019, and I read that and I went, oh, that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. So today I'm going to speak about nothing. Nothing is definite. But actually, I've become a bit obsessed with nothing. It's kind of a paradox. And I think from when we did our Christmas program at the beginning of the month, and I read that story called The Gift of Nothing, I've been thinking a lot about nothing, which is a paradox, kind of ironic. And I remembered when I was because memories start coming back now to me, and around Christmas especially, I think about a lot of things that people and things and situations that I've been in. And one of the things was when I was in drama class in grade 10 at St. Matthew's Catholic School. And a lot of people were taking that class just for easy credits. They were hanging out in there, going to get an easy credit, get out, just play around, goof off. And there was going to be a big sort of pageant or music concert or something, talent show, I don't remember exactly what it was, in the gymnasium there. And our drama teacher was fed up with all of us and said, you have to come up with something for this concert, for this program, or you're all going to fail this class. And then he left us alone in the room. And we're all just sitting there looking down, shuffling around, figuring out what we're going to do. And I don't know, this thought just came into my head, and I said, why don't we do nothing? That's what we're good at. Let's do nothing. And we remembered, I think around that time it was Saturday Night Live, it was just really coming into its own, and a lot of sketches were going on. So we did a sketch about nothing. So it was something, but it was about nothing. And we stood in a big line on the stage and we did one step forward, one step over, and we go today, and the next person would do the same thing and say we, and the next person said are going to do nothing. And then we held it for 20 seconds, and people started to laugh, and they started enjoying themselves. And we came up with things like, I got plenty of, and people go, nothing. And then somebody else would say, nuns today have changed their habits to nothing. And you might have had to be there but it was funny at the time. It really was fun. And we collaborated on this. We got into it and we collaborated. So out of nothing, something came. There always is. And I really enjoyed that. And I would like to just mention this book right now because it was called The Surrender Experiment, and it's by Michael A. Singer. And he wrote The Untethered Soul as well. And it's about surrendering to just about everything. He surrendered to just about everything and watched his own thoughts as he did this. And it was to remain in the present. And it's a very personal and compelling story about his life. He just always just wanted to meditate. He just really wanted to meditate all the time. And now he has a big center in Florida. But it's really worth reading. And I highly recommend that. But I was also speaking to a friend, who I'll call Dee, who shared her story and ideas which were inspired by Thich Nhat Hanh in his book, The Heart of the Buddhist Teaching. And actually, we were at the same small gathering for a dinner to celebrate our friendships, Christmas, and Hanukkah, and the lighting of a menorah for one of our Jewish friends. And we got to talking about the importance of doing nothing, how important that can be. Certainly kind of not really the American, I'm saying this in general terms, but most of us feel that we need to be doing and doing. I know I'm one of them. To be purposeful, to feel like I'm here, but I have been starting to embrace nothingness a lot more. And she mentioned the 3 doors of liberation and explained that's explained in the Thich Nhat Hanh book. And the 3rd door is being aimless. It's aimlessness. And that, a few people go, when they heard that word, aimlessness, what is that? What does aimlessness mean? You don't have anything, I'm just wandering around. And actually, it's like nothingness. It might look like staring off into space for as long as you want to. It might be meditating, just for no reason, just because it felt good to do that. It might have been going for a walk, doing a walking meditation. It might be just staying in your pajamas all day and reading your book that you want to read. Or maybe it's just, I feel like baking cookies, I'll do that. But it's not nothing, that's the thing. But it's not having to do anything to anyone else's timeline. It's taking a break from all those conditioning. And it could be just playing music too, whatever makes you feel good. And you don't have to hit the floor running in the morning when you get out of bed. So it just helps you, I believe, to balance all the doingness that we have. And I get particularly, I don't know about you, but I get particularly challenged around this time of year. I love this time of year. I love Christmas, but I get challenged by it too, because there's this underlying need for it to be so very special, so idealistic, so whatever, that I work really hard and I'm always doing. And it's exhausting. It gets a little exhausting. So it's important to allow ourselves the presence of the moment. And a lot of the time we can get there by doing nothing, or what appears to be nothing. Because there's an anxiety, and the illness of our time comes primarily from our inability to dwell in the present moment. We can be there for a while, but we don't dwell in it. We have other things to do, and that's important too. But it's like I said, it's Christmas and my old programming kicks in of doing. Or I think too much, therefore I am not there to live my life. There is a story in Zen circles, and you might have known this story. I just learned it myself, but people might know about it. It's about a man and a horse. It's the horse story. And the horse is galloping quickly. There's a man on the horse, and the man looks like he's going somewhere important, and this horse is going so fast. And another man standing alongside the road yells, "Hey, where are you going?" And the band replies on the horse, I don't know, ask the horse. And this is also our story. We are riding a horse, we don't know where we're going, and we can't stop a lot of the time. The horse is our habit energy. And it pulls us along and we feel powerless and we're always running and it has become a habit. We struggle all the time, even during our sleep. We're kind of at war with ourselves and we can easily start a war with others. So we have to learn the art of stopping. And that's also from this book from Thich Nhat Hanh. Until we observe this in ourselves as habit and become aware of it and embrace it, then we can transform it. We can change that energy. And I have to say that I have reduced this habit in my life to less twinges, and I tweak the draw the pressure knob to a lower position, which takes some awareness and practice and a desire for balance to act on this. And so I no longer go fetal and suck my thumb. I actually just breathe. And so the paradox of nothingness or aimlessness is that it's full of something. And there's a quote I am going to use from a friend of mine, Mara, who's an Ashaya monk. And she says, everything has a beginning and an end, except for one thing, and that is not a thing, the no thing. That is the all there is, or the ground of our being, patiently waiting for us to realize that we're already enlightened beings and to remember this. The ego is a necessary tool for living on the planet, and it says it's always something, there's always something going on, there's something wrong, there's something going on. And it's a source of anxiety producing energy, where the spirit says it's never anything. It's never anything, which is the reminder to let it go, whatever it is. Just let it go. I wonder if you'd like to join me for a bit of breath work right now, because this is how we can find balance. I really believe it. So I'll stay here. I was going to go over there, but I'll just stay here. And if you want to, you can close your eyes and you can take your hands, you can rest one hand, or you can do this to feel your heart, to get you to your heart center. You can close your eyes, and when you slowly breathe through your nose, you can do it for 6 beats approximately, and you let it out for 8 through your mouth. And you can do it at your own pace, however you want to do it. You may feel the horse of habit is stilled and gone quiet. And you can do this exercise, it's so simple. And as Thich Nhat Hanh says, breathe, you are alive. You can do this whenever you want to balance yourself. It was my intention in sharing today to find ways into the joy and buoyancy of our lives that comes with presence. Because a lot of the time, we can get deflated by so many duties that we have to perform. It's really nice to pump up the volume, get that bounce back. Happy people encourage happy communities, and that ripples out into making this world a happy place. That place that you want to live in. We're not alone in nothingness. Nothingness is not barren, oblivion, or the opposite of life, being. It's a creative fertility, a boundless principle that serves as the ground, again, of our beingness. Empty, vast nothingness is pregnant with limitless potential. Nothingness is God. Good, orderly direction, and so much more. So stopping, calming, and resting are preconditions to healing. All is calm, all is bright. And I want to just mention too that the winter season is happening this week. It's just around the corner. It's going to happen on the solstice of the 21st. And so I have a second poem that I'd like to read. And it talks about that balance, that equilibrium between light and dark on that day. And it's called The Place Between Light and Dark. The trapeze swings out and you have to let go. In between can be a hard place, meant to teach you to trust in something more than your own mind. When your hands slip from the bar, do you see the one whose wrists you can grasp, flying toward you in the night? The heart yearns to soar, but you can't remember how to be free, always hanging on so tight, afraid of the ride, thrilling, risky, a little dangerous. A gift lies buried beneath it all. Unwrap yourself from all you know. Let go and rise into the air, into the deathless, exhilarating moment of surrender, where everything is all right. Everything is all right. Where love surrounds you, holds you, and a net woven blue light as wide as your willingness to forgive waits with infinite patience. That was written by Ellie Smart. So I'd just like to say, in spite of ourselves, we are sitting on a rainbow. That's from a John Prine. I was thinking about him. In spite of ourselves, we'll be sitting on a rainbow. So that may peace reign in our hearts and on this beautiful earth. And better yet, you can give yourself permission to do nothing and breeze easy. Know you're loved. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Reverend Kim. Wise words in that last poem of reminders to let go, and to just be sometimes. It is a wonderful thing to do during our day, isn't it? I'm going to lead you in a healing prayer service now. I'm asking that you just remain where you are, seated, get relaxed, let go of all our responsibilities and all the things that we need to do. Oh, you want to circle up? Yes, you can circle if you want to. You can do whatever you want. Those who want to circle up front, please do so. I'm going to ask John to play a little background music while we go through our healing part of our service. Very nice. Let's close our eyes. Let's relax. Let's be right where we are right now. As I said, let all other things go. Things that we need to do or go. Just be here in this moment. And I'll ask that you, as you go within, to think of someone that might need a prayer from you, or some others who might need a prayer from you. To remind them of their goodness, remind them of their peace, and to know that they are loved. Let us focus our minds on the world that we live in, to see the peace, the love, the joy everywhere. To know that we truly are one, and we pray and remind everyone of this. And also a prayer for ourselves. Pray for our own healing. Pray for our own truly knowing that we are loved and that we matter, and that we care for ourselves. We thank you, God, Spirit, Provider, for all that you do for us, for all the reminders that you present to us of our good, and that all is well with us as we reach out to others as good stewards of this planet. We give thanks for this. Thanks for this so much more than this, God. We're so blessed. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. Thank you, John. It is time for our offertory. Could I ask a couple of people to come up and assist me with that? Let's do our offertory statement, please. Divine
Divine
love
love
flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ladies. I believe everyone on Zoom knows how to give an offertory toward the PLC. And I want to remind you that if you want prayer today, thank you, ladies. You have a prayer request today. There is a frog box back in the corner of by the front doors. And there are forms you can fill out for a prayer request for yourself or anyone else that you care to put a prayer out to. Practitioners and ministers look at these and send them out on a weekly basis. Your prayers are so very, very powerful. I cannot tell you how many people I've had respond back saying, thank you for the prayers, because prayers work. We know this to be so. It's wonderful. Any other announcements this morning? LJ?
I'll be at the back for prayer.
You'll be at the back for prayer this morning. Thank you. Reverend G?
Just a reminder that we have drum circle, second Saturday of the month, 4 p.m. And I don't know when the flute circle will be starting.
It'll be the second Saturday in January.
Yes, second Saturday
At
in
2.
January. So you'll have flute. If you don't have a flute, there are flutes that you can utilize. Come listen if you like. And at the drum circle, we have a big mother drum. And also we have other drums and rattles, things to utilize to bring that energetic back into that remembering of who we are.
Thank you, Reverend Judy. Both the drum circle and the flute circle will be this second Saturday of January. Yes? It's okay.
There's something in the refrigerator. There are some cookies left over from our party, by the way, so if anybody wants some, we put some in the fridge. But there's somebody that brought a really delicious dip. It was a garlic kind of creamy dip. And I put it in the fridge, but it might have to be a new life form by now. I'm not really sure. But so caution when you open the door, but I don't know if it belongs to anybody here. If you wanted to take your container.
I know who's.
You do? Okay. It was really tasty. I smelled like garlic all day after I ate it. Strong. But it's in there, so.
Thank you, Reverend. Big John?
I'm asking you all your prayers. I have a son. His name is Matthew. He's on the cusp right now. It's going to mean divine intervention. It's ironic that only now, he's 63, has he discovered his own soul, that his own interbeing is of worth. Without that, none of us can flourish in this life and celebrate this precious gift. And to do that, there's the power of the inner being. There is divine spirit all about. We are capable of so much more than we allow ourselves. And I've listened to him. We're in daily phone contact. And it is only now that he is finally allowing his own unique, special being. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Beautiful demonstration of spirit. Beautiful. In the back.
Start times again for the flute circle and the drum circle.
The flute circle starts at 2, and the drum circle starts at 4. Thumbs up. Okay, good. Any other announcements? Thank you for sharing, John. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. I will be speaking to you next Sunday. Looking forward to that. And it is time for our prayer of protection. If you will repeat with me, please. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God unfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. John, you have a song for us?
I forgot to congratulate John for being on the board.
Yeah.
Yes, John is on the first board now.
I was gonna do that earlier and I just remembered it now. Yeah, well, congratulations.
Well, I wanted the last song that I played today to be a Christmas song. And so I tried out a bunch. I just kind of played through them, and then I read the lyrics. And wow, I was surprised. I don't know why I didn't know some of these lyrics, but there's things about Satan's grip and, just some really grim stuff that doesn't work with religious science. And so I settled on "O Come All Ye Faithful," and in part because it's sort of easy to refrain, that the refrain in it is, "O come, let us adore him," capital H, him. Him brings up, a lot of different symbol sorts of things, like him in the manger. Our heart, our heart is a wonderful manger. It is warm, it is swaddling, it is illumined, it is our center. Oh, come let us adore him. When we think of the divine spirit all around us, as John talked about, and the divine spirit in us, one divine spirit, all the same. We are one with that, and that one is us. So the refrain for this, "Oh come, let us adore him," is, "Oh come, let us adore us."
the perfect selection. Perfect, John, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Reverend Missy,
There she is.
Yes.
would you mind praying us out this morning?
All right. Let's all just center down into the light. That, like John said, that spark of the divine is within you. And let's just breathe in that spark, knowing that there is the omniscience, the all-knowing, the all-presence, the omniscience, that there is only the divine spirit within us and around us. And as we go out today and we're centered in that divine spirit within us, know that spirit is above you, that spirit is below you, that spirit is in front of you, that spirit is behind you, and that spirit's on your right side and spirit is on your left side. And that the energy and the sound and light of divine spirit flows through you, with you, for you, and as you, and radiates out to touch all with the loving spirit of grace, the loving spirit of light, and the loving spirit of eternal and divine love, which is you, as you go out into the world. And know this for yourself, that this is the gift of presence and being, that this Christmas season, this holiday, this holy day season, that this is what you are bringing to all with whom you come into contact. The gift of your heart love going out on the heartstrings, the gift of presence and being. And so be it. And so we let it be so. And please say with me now, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Missy. Thank you all for being here today. Beautiful service. I loved it all. Thanks for all of you sharing today. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Oh, did we do it?
What's that?